South Yuba River State Park stretches 20 miles east along the river from park headquarters, shown here. It is one of 70 parks designated by the California Department of Parks to be closed in 2012. This short slideshow demonstrates some of the reasons this would be a grievous mistake. Hang in there will be only 3 introductory text slides to set the stage. The first and foremost reason that closing the park would be a mistake is that expenses of shutting down and reopening the park, and from vandalism, vagrancy, and liability, could easily negate or even exceed any savings from closing the park. And the park would be reopened because it has a wide range of users, both by locals and tourists. In addition to swimming, kayaking, and hiking, the park is a center for nature education of adults and children and supports many special events and classes. The park also has an important gold rush history, and the barn now tells a story of that era's transportation. The river and trails are a school for placer gold mining techniques and for learning Nisenan Native American contributions to local culture. The covered bridge is the most widely known feature of park headquarters. Horse-drawn wagons were the principal means of transportation during the early years of the bridge. A well-developed visitor center shares the building that houses ranger offices, and over the years, park volunteers have collected many artifacts which help tell the history of the park region. The visitor center also offers books and park-related items to visitors, who are greeted and served by knowledgeable volunteers. Displays help visitors understand the bridge and regional history and the plants and animals that live in the area. Particular attention is given to Nisenan Native Americans who lived along the river. Here, a volunteer points out that Huell Hauser visited the park for his shows on the gold country. The historic Kneebone Barn now houses 11 wagons, a Jackson hay fork, and a hay press, all from the gold rush era. They help us tell transportation history of the region. The entry and exit doors are on a line that points directly at the covered bridge, implying that the barn was a filling station for those traveling across the bridge. In April 2005, 2 freight wagons were packed and shipped to Pennsylvania to be conserved to the way they were when they carried supplies to silver and gold mines. In June 2007, the wagons returned and were placed in the barn. Then volunteers moved decomposed granite by shovel and wheelbarrow to create a dust-free floor underneath the 11 wagons. The granite was raked into place by hand so as not to disturb the historic wagons. Here, County Supervisor Hank Weston cuts the ribbon at the barn grand opening celebration on September 16, 2007. State Park Museum curator Donna Jones describes wagons for a stream of visitors. Here are 3 representative wagons: a delivery wagon, an express wagon. Valuable gold shipments with several shotgun riders were carried with these, and a Democrat carriage. Your doctor would arrive in this. This hay press is of the type used to compact the transportation fuel of the day. Visitors are introduced to wagon history before entering the barn. Several posters in the barn viewing gallery tell Gold Rush era transportation history. Another visitor reads another poster. Mother and children with individual wagon placards in the viewing gallery. Wagon and hay press at the bridge-facing end of the barn. Just 2 years ago, the historic Kneebone gas station was in serious disrepair. Gas station features are gone from years of nebulous use for other purposes. Here it has been stripped to its framework during conservation back to the original gas station. Original type shingles about to be installed on the structurally conserved frame. By mid-2011, the gas station had been restored to exactly as in historic photographs. right down to the old gravity-feed gas pump and hand-powered oil dispenser. Here's a close-up of the gravity-feed measuring cylinder. Visitors can now enjoy music with treats from the gas station snack bar. Here you can see baked goods being sold at the bar. The park has many swimming spots along the 20 miles of river shoreline. This one is at the covered bridge, and this one is a few hundred yards upriver from the bridge. Nearby are dangerous rapids at the old Nisenan grinding rock. Rangers must be on constant alert. Buttermilk Bend gets its name from these treacherous rapids. There are also several swimming holes near the Highway 49 crossing. This one is on the upriver side of the old concrete bridge, late in the season. This is the same location during spring runoff. Rangers inform visitors to stay out of the water at these times. Spring is the time to see wildflowers, especially along Buttermilk Bend, where park volunteers lead educational walks on Saturdays and Sundays, and for scheduled student groups. This Grass Valley class became so enthusiastic that they created their own book on wildflowers and led tours for other grade school classes. Many organized groups are given tours of wildflowers, the bridge, the barn, and now the gas station. This group was from the 2010 meeting of the California Preservation Foundation. California Parks Interpretation Specialist Bill Lindeman speaks in the barn exhibit hall. Many car clubs also visit and receive special tours, and a photo opportunity at the entrance to the covered bridge. A tour group at Kneebone Cemetery. Ghosts of Bridgeport tell the Thompson, Cole, Kneebone story during Fall Festival. Park volunteers prepare and conduct many children's activities for spring and fall festivals. These include pumpkin painting, face painting, art projects, and bingo. We also arrange for wagon rides all day at both events. Here, a volunteer tells the history of David I. Wood's covered bridge. This is part of the tours given throughout the year as well as at the festivals. A Nisenan character demonstrates pine needle basket weaving. She also gives some of the history of these people who lived along the river for hundreds of years before the gold rush. Gold panning is very popular throughout the warm seasons of the year. Art exhibits have become part of the park's festivals. Plein air painting of the covered bridge. Typical artists booth. Award-winning river photographer David McKay and a few of his wonderful photographs. A variety of artist demonstrations are part of the exhibits. Almost all of park headquarters and nearby trails, as well as Independence Trail, are wheelchair accessible. We are always researching local history. An early October Bringing Back the Salmon ceremony has become a regular event at the park since 2006. The park is also known for its large and very active park association and well-trained volunteers. It is almost unthinkable to close the park and lose all you've seen in a vain attempt to save a few dollars.